Now on Coast TV News.
Route 50 bridge closures.
Now's the perfect time.
Ocean City drivers to face a major closure, the alternate route MDOT will send you on.
Winter power push.
Try to unplug everything.
Temperatures drop, power demand surges.
We're going to have a raw and rainy evening, and I'll tell you how your shopping forecast is shaping up.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
No cars driving over the Route 50 bridge in Ocean City. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Our top story tonight is a major thoroughfare shutdown.
The Route 50 bridge in downtown Ocean City is closed for weeks. And Coast TV's Christina Roberta shows us there are detours in place to help drivers get to their destinations.
If you typically drive over the Route 50 bridge as part of your everyday commute or just to visit Ocean City, you're going to have to change course, at least for now. MDOT says the entire bridge has to be closed because repairs require the drawbridge section, which we're looking at now, to be up. And although it is a heavily traveled bridge, Ocean City local Robert Barrett thinks the off-season is the perfect time to get the work done.
A lot of the businesses down here are closed. There's not a lot of tourist activity coming across the bridge, and the boat traffic is less.
In the meantime, drivers will have to use detours. That includes Route 113 and Route 90.
A lot of times we just come down here, just drive down Coastal Highway. So the Route 90 is a good detour and a good route around.
And then after February 3rd, part of the bridge will reopen with lane closures in place until work is complete in early March. We're back now in the Coast Copter, and by the way, this bridge is 84 years old. MDOT says the goal of all of this work is to make sure the bridge is safe for drivers for years to come. Over Ocean City, I'm Christina D. Robertis, Coast TV News.
This brings us into our Coast TV poll. We want to know, how will that Route 50 bridge closure affect you?
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. 85% say no impact, 6% say slight delay, 9% say major delay.
And if you want to leave a comment or if you want to go vote, you can do that at coasttv.com or use the mobile app, and we'll show you updated results on Coast TV News at 11.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside into Rehoboth Beach. All eyes on the weather as we turn it over to our Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams.
This morning was uncomfortably cold. Wind chills fell into single digits, but now for the next couple of afternoons for tomorrow and Thursday, we'll warm up before the storm, and the real cold follows immediately behind it. So at 23 degrees in Milford at this point, we'll drop to 21 under mostly clear skies, and the winds are going to start lightening up as well. So we'll have a bit of radiational cooling that will occur. That will also allow for the temperatures to plummet rather quickly. Here's where we stand right now. 25 in Milton at this present time, but also 25 degrees in Long Neck, 27 in places like Seaford, Laurel, Delmar, Salisbury, and Gumboro. Now, we are cooler now than we were just 24 hours ago. But once again, we'll start warming up before that big-time winter storm we've been kind of talking about comes into play. Currently, though, we're looking relatively clear. Over to the west, we have high pressure and control of our weather for right now. It's quiet for now, but that high is going to help squeeze that precipitation in our direction, like the end of a toothpaste tube sort of a thing. Now, here's what it feels like. We're looking at, by the time we get to Wednesday morning, it's going to feel like 17, 18, 19 degrees to start off the day. And then as we go into Friday, it's going to get cold once again. But here's the idea of what's happening with that precipitation. By 8:30, we have snow that begins, giving you a quick preview. Then that snow stays over us by 6:30 in the evening. This line is the freezing line, that pink you see. And then this pulls out. Then that gives us an extra bump of snow going into Monday. So we need to augment some things. More on that coming up in a moment. To then, back to you.
Thank you, Paul. As the cold temperatures move in for a lot of us, we're pushing up the thermostat, but that can put a strain on our system. This morning, DMEC, the power company for cities like Lewis and Milford, asked customers to cut back on power due to cold weather. Other utility companies we spoke with, Delaware Electric Co-op, says they haven't had to do that yet, but they say watch how much power customers use. People on Delmarva say they're also paying closer attention to how they use electricity at home.
I try not to use I don't use the dryer, which uses a lot of power, and lights and TV and anything electrical. I try to unplug everything that we're not using at the time, and try to turn the heat back a little bit and just dress a little warmer in the house.
And we'll have more winter storm coverage in all of our shows, our Coast TV News app, coasttvnews.com, and all of our radio stations as we get closer to this weekend.
A petition for a possible referendum was submitted to the Ocean City Town Hall. This was in response to the council's decision to extend a moratorium by a full year. Now, that moratorium restricts homeowners in residential areas and mobile home communities from purchasing a rental license. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappé is live in Ocean City. Kevin, some homeowners say this isn't fair.
Charlie, after the council voted to extend the moratorium, certain homeowners started knocking on doors and asking for signatures to enact a possible referendum. Now, that same thing happened last year, and they believe they have met that requirement. On Tuesday, certain homeowners submitted what they believe to be over the 990 valid signatures they need to enact a referendum. The petition challenges the Ocean City Council's decision to extend the current moratorium by 1 year. A moratorium that restricts homeowners in residential areas and mobile home communities from purchasing a rental license. Realtor Terry Miller believes the council's decision to extend the moratorium in December was an overreach of power.
What's happened here, this is not leadership. This is tyranny and cronyism. And we really need to be leaders. We should be trying to make the town wonderful for all of our residents.
With paperwork now submitted, it's now up for the town to validate those signatures, and if all of them are validated, or 990 of them are, a public vote will be the next thing. I'm Kevin Zappé, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Ahead of any possible snow, Indian River schools are reminding people of what happens now during snow days. So follow me here. Indian River says on any extended closure due to bad weather, day 1 works as a traditional snow day. So enjoy the day off. But day 2 and on, kids have what's called asynchronous learning. That's an at-your-own-pace learning system established with deadlines, but there's no live instruction.
The Delaware Natural Resources Policy announced that they made multiple felony arrests during general deer firearm season in January. In Milton, one man arrested after an illegal deer hunting investigation. He faced multiple charges, including gun and drug charges. In Ellendale, another man was arrested for firearm possession by a prohibited person and failure to wear hunter orange.
World War II era artifacts continue to cause trouble in Assateague. These are unexploded ordnances left behind from the 1940s. Getting rid of them takes time and money. So today, Worcester County Commissioner sent a letter to the feds asking them to step in and help.
Just a way that we could either submit for reimbursement or just something that would be more of a unified system. You know, it's kind of, you know, we're sending X-rays over to Dover, and it's kind of, it's a little fragmented. We want our community to be safe. At the same time, though, we kind of, the financial burden of this, you know, needs to go back to who created the issue.
In the past 5 years, the Worcester County Fire Marshal's Office says they found more than 50 of those ordinances. And we're just getting started this evening.
The Delaware State Fair making some big announcements today. What we learned this afternoon.
And we started off a bit on the cool side for this morning, but we're going to warm up for a couple of days before the real snowstorm and the serious cold steps immediately behind it.
But first, a red carpet gala celebrating Latino entrepreneurs in Sussex County, what it means for the community when we're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
La Plaza, Delaware, and the Delaware Alliance of Latino Entrepreneurs, also known as DALE, recently celebrated their New Year's Gala. As Coast TV News' Ana Sofia Roman shows us, it meant a lot for the community.
Music, a red carpet, and dancing. All to celebrate Latino businesses and culture. For event organizers, it was a great achievement.
It's something that has never been done in Sussex County. It's one of the first ones honoring Latino entrepreneurs. So I think it is such a huge success and event, and it shows how far the Latino community has advanced.
For the first time this year, DALE launched the Delaware Latino Business Awards for a different categories. One of the nominees in the beauty and personal care category was Lisbeth Aceves.
It was so awesome for my friends and family and my clients all to partner together, Hispanic, American, all kinds, to just come together and help nominate me for an award that's never existed before. It was an honor. And
since 2021, almost 500 businesses in southern Delaware have joined DALE.
It means that we're still very community driven, we're still very involved with our community. It shows that we are united and that we continue to foster that culture.
Celebrating businesses one entrepreneur at a time. For the Ties That Bind Us, I'm Ana Sofia Roman.
Coming up next, Paul Williams in our Coast TV First Alert Weather Center with your full forecast after this.
We are tracking a major winter storm that's affecting the entire country, but the piece that will affect us is likely to strike over the weekend. But before that happens, Mother Nature will at least give us a couple of days to prepare before the onslaught begins. Rehoboth Beach, 26 degrees right now. Dew point temperature at 2. Clear skies, and will drop to 23 by 10 o'clock tonight. We started off this morning on the cold side of things. 21 for the starting point in Georgetown, 22 in Salisbury. But with the winds from this morning, it felt like 6, 7 degrees. Where we stand right now, 26 in Georgetown, Seaford, Bridgeville, as well as Redden. And we're still about 7 to even 11 degrees cooler now than we were the same time yesterday. But what it feels like right now, I guess the coldest spot would be the Indian River Inlet, where it's still a little bit blustery and it feels like 18 degrees, but that's nothing compared to what's on the way. Tomorrow and Thursday, those are our get ready days. Seasonable for tomorrow and then above normal temperature on Thursday, which is why this weekend is going to feel so harsh and next week will feel just mean-spirited. Get this, we've been trending warm, earlier in the month, and then we started nosediving a little bit because that's what the blue represents, cooler or lower than normal temperatures. Now, you take a look at live radar, we're all clear for right now, and high pressure is in control of our weather, but it's going to help squeeze that precipitation in our direction. By Wednesday afternoon, we're looking at winds coming out of the south. One of the main reasons why it's going to feel so much milder and closer to the norm for this time of the year. We go into Wednesday night, cloud cover takes over, a little more moisture that adds a little thing to it, and we'll get a little brief sprint and spritz of rain through the overnight period. Most of us won't catch it unless you work third shift and you're able to catch that brief precipitation. But here's where the reality comes into play with that storm over the weekend. As early as Friday night, look at how we dropped to single digits. And remember when I referred to the fact that, hey, that cold's going to really be just mean-spirited? Saturday morning is what I'm talking about. Here it is. 7 below is what it's going to feel like with the winds just knifing out of the northwest. And that sets the stage for the possibility of precipitation. Now, we have an 87% chance of snow to kick in according to our latest model run, and it continues to escalate. So that's why we're pretty confident with it. So here's that Wednesday, early Thursday morning rain that pushes through rather quickly. But we have 3 layers of precipitation, kind of like a triple-decker sandwich. Snow on the top, ice in the middle, rain at the bottom. We are in the snow zone, and we're likely to stay that way and there. And then we just had the latest run. Watch this. This is very curious. Sunday morning, 3 o'clock, we start seeing the snow begin to ease through. But you see that purple right there? That's where we're looking at steady snow showers. Now watch this. It was supposed to get out of here by Sunday. Something just changed. Watch this. We go Sunday evening. This is the backside. Here's the low. It's going to pull out. As it pulls out, it leaves the back end of this to let it stay over us a little bit longer. Now it's leaning into 8 o'clock Monday morning, going into 11 o'clock. The freeze potential associated with it, we're going to have freezing temperatures for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, going into next Tuesday with much below normal temperatures. And believe it or not, it's going to drop to like 10 below zero in some cases. So don't just look at the snow. Pay attention to the cold right after the snow. All that being said, be sure you download our app. You're going to need it. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We're talking about just cold. Saturday high of 20 and a low of 16. Charlie, that just seems wrong along with very dangerous.
All kinds of wrong, Paul. The Delaware State Fair has announced more musical performances and events for the Summer State Fair. Today at noon, fair officials announced the following. The Demolition Derby, always fun, going to be on July 24th. Performances from Hudson Westbrook with Braxton Keith will be July 27th. August 1st, Men at Work with Toad the Wet Sprocket and Show and Knife will also perform, and the Delaware State Fair takes place from July 23rd until August 1st.
The American Red Cross is currently in a severe blood shortage. Follow me on this one. The Red Cross says requests from hospitals is exceeding their supply. The Red Cross says this has drawn the blood supply by about 35% over the past month. The Red Cross says specifically they're looking for type O, type A negative, and B negative blood.
New tonight, Millsboro confirms a broken pipe caused 25,000 gallons of wastewater to enter marshland leading into the Indian River. This was just last Thursday. You can see the remediation efforts here, which Millsboro says happened within 30 minutes. The Indian River Bay is closed off for shellfish harvesting. Denrec says it'll let the public know when that harvest ban lifts.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, Delmarva. Happy Tuesday to you. It's early in the week, but we've got your sports fix covered for you on the Delmarva Sports Network. Head over to DSN now to catch some high school hoops. Pocomoke, sitting at 10-2 on the season, is hosting Chrisfield in a Bayside Conference South clash. Pocomoke is 7-1 in conference play to start the year, with its only divisional loss coming to Y-High back in December. They're averaging a staggering 84.3 points per game this year and doing it on high efficiency with their full court pressure defense and causing a bunch of turnovers per game. This will be the second meeting between Pocomoke and Chrisfield this season. Back on December 9th, Pocomoke won big 78-57 on the road. So tonight, Chrisfield will be looking to exact revenge. You can listen to Tyler Rickett and myself on the call over on DSN. And on Monday night, Indiana made football history, led by former James Madison head football coach Curt Cignetti. The Hoosiers took down Miami 27-21 to win the College Football Playoff National Championship and secure an undefeated 16-0 season, the first undefeated season in the new 12-team CFP era. From glory across the bridge to now being immortalized in college football history. That'll do it for sports. I hope to see you over on DSN. For Pocomoke and Chrisfield, have a great night.
Growth on the coast. We know it's a big issue and we have growing pains because everyone wants to live here. But it comes at a cost. Roads, infrastructure, development, a loss of open space, all of that creating conflict and concerns. CoastTV has investigated all the deep-seated issues that brought us to where we are today. And on February 4th at 7 p.m., join us for a 1-hour special to help you understand the price of paradise, growth on the coast. We'll be right back.
We are expecting clear skies for tonight, dropping down to 20. We're looking pretty clear at this point. I wanted to go over this latest model run real quick because it just shimmied a little bit more. So at 4 o'clock in the morning Sunday, that's when we begin with the first layer of snow that pushes through. Then the heavier amount clicks by 9:30. You see that? And then the subtleties of the model is that you see how this counterclockwise rotation is going to pull out more towards the east and linger with the backside of this until 11:30 and possibly till about 11 mid-morning for Monday. We'll continue to monitor that as it develops. Hannah of Millsboro, you're our umbrella giveaway winner. Congratulations. Keep up with the forecast by calling our weather line, and I've augmented and made it a little longer and more detailed because of the storm. Sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstedt, Mendalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your 10-day forecast. We are going to focus, and rightfully so, on the storm, because we're looking at approximately, we could possibly see as much as 6 or more inches of snow, but this cold right after it is as dangerous, if not more so. So please pay attention to how you are outside. If you start getting numb, that's a dangerous sign. Get back in and warm up gradually.
Well, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.